Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading a Neuvillette listener by me, so let's get into it. It was going to be a very painful day indeed. To be the judge to a case that you were involved in. But he was meant to be impartial. That was his job as the Eudex. And so as painful as it was, when he stood up, and it was finally time for the trial to start, he knew that you were no longer his partner. No, you were just a person in this trial, a civilian that he was supposed to be impartial to. He's not going to fall for your eyes or the way that you're crying as you talk to this person. He's almost certain that you're not guilty. You can't be. You were the person that he loved most, the person that he trusts. He can see the people looking at him, and the way that he's talking, whispers amongst them about how he's judging his lover, and how heartless and impartial he must be. It hurts him to hear that, but there is nothing he could do about it. It may be the truth, and maybe that's why he could not truly experience joy normally with you, without being worried if a day like this would ever come. That was something that had always worried him, but justice was blind as it was impartial. But if there was anything that he's ever learned, is that the laws and the things that he holds as a judge, they were important to him, yes, but you're human. Your life is not as fast as his. And most importantly, he loves you. He can't handle knowing that you're innocent and being forced to judge you in such a manner. But no new evidence has been presented. And so, when the trial concluded, he had to say the words that weighed heavy on his heart. There was no jury, no arteries, just him and his word alone. In my capacity as Chief Justice, I shall now render my judgment on Wayan for her crimes. As the person who went against the laws of Fontaine, Wayan is guilty, and she will be sentenced to the fortress of Miraplide for a total of 2 years. You were crying as you looked at him, but he did not dare look into your eyes. It hurt him far too greatly to do that. He doesn't want to do this, but there is not a single piece of evidence that supports your claims. And so, he must render judgment on you as equally as he would with the rest of the citizens of Fontaine. So, as you sobbed and cried, heartbroken, Neuvillette had his own plan. After you were taken to the fortress, he started his own personal investigation, doing his best to find evidence, to find the true culprit, because he was not going to let you stay in jail when he's sure that whatever had happened was not your fault. He was quite sure of what you told. He knew it was the truth. But with no evidence, he could not ever declare you as innocent when all evidence had pointed to otherwise. So as the investigation had went on, and he tried his best to gather evidence to prove your innocence, he found out the truth, and the fact that you were tricked by a merchant to buy some synth, and so that was what happened, and why you were captured with it, with no evidence proving your innocence. You were unaware that you had actually bought synth in the first place, and thought it was just a new drink by a soda company. Poor you, you never had it. So, with that in his hand, he decides that you're no longer going to be spending your sentence within the fortress, and he's going to bring the true culprit to justice. But one thing matters more than that: your feelings. And that was what scared him most. He was unsure what you were going to say and how you were going to feel. Would you even want to be with him anymore? After all that he has done, after the fact that he has left you when you needed him most, and sentenced you to the damned fortress of Mirapide. How could he be a good partner in any capacity like this? But it was when you got the news that you were free to come, and that you were wanted at his office. You immediately went there. You were crying as you ran into his arms, hugging him tightly, and Neuvillette was shocked. Ryan, you actually came. Of course I would. Neuvillette, I knew that you wouldn't leave me alone. I knew that I should trust you. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for putting you in that position. Please don't be. I'm the one who should apologize. I sentenced you, Ryan. I knew you were innocent, but I had no choice. I know, Neuvillette. I could see it in your eyes. I could see how pained you felt. But worry not. I'm not blaming you, okay? I'm not mad or upset. I knew you were struggling as much as I am. And Risley told me. He told me that I was going to be comfortable in there because you had sent him a letter. So don't you worry. I knew you'd been worried. Besides, the fortress is not as bad as you think. You say you're still in his arms, and there were tear stains on your face. But as he looked at you and saw the happiness and love, he knew that it was utterly wrong. The two of you were a team, despite the fact that he had to do some things that he truly didn't want to do. But he had found a way to bring you back home, to bring justice into light. And you trusted him all the while. And that was what mattered most, amidst all of this. This is the thing. This is a thing that could never be shattered or changed. And no laws will ever go against your love. And nothing in the world could stand against that. So no matter how things may seem, so long as the two of you loved one another, you'll be strong against any obstacles you face.